Hello everybody, Cooper here and welcome back to another episode of Youth to Gold here on Cricket Captain 2024. Hope you're all doing very well today. It's now time for the 2026 Vitality Blast campaign. I'm a little nervous for this one actually, because if we go to our performance in this competition from the last two seasons, so we started in the 2024 season, we won the competition, it was great. And then in 2025 we got knocked out in the first round of the knockout stage, which wasn't ideal. So we're going to be hoping that we can do a little bit more of the success that we found in Season 1 rather than the disappointment of Season 2. I've put an 11 together, and this is sort of what it's going to look like. We've got Follett and Flintoff opening the batting, as has typically happened in all formats of the game actually for us in the last sort of season and a half. Ollie Davies is going to be batting at 3, Higgins at 4, Markham is going to be pushed up to 5, and our second overseas player will be Zach Fulks, who is absolutely incredible, as we know, was really good for us last season, both with Northamptonshire but also with the Manchester Originals. If we just have a look at his record in T20 cricket last season, 110 wickets at a bowling average of 15 basically, was really good. So Smith is out, unfortunately, as we're going to play 2 overseas players, and Ollie Davies is just in better form right now. So we've got Markham batting at 5, Vaughan at 6, David Willey is going to come in to bat at 7. He's also going to be retaining his captaincy from last season in the limited overs format. Then we've got Minto, Brownlow, who is a really good, I like to think of him as like an Adam Zampa type player, really good in limited overs stuff. We haven't given him an opportunity in the red ball stuff yet. He's going to be our spinner. And then we've got Milligan as our number 11 and opening fast bowler. I did consider bringing Jaden Denley into the lineup, but I just want to see a little bit more from him in the second 11. There was a few other guys down here. Armstrong, I really only feel the need to be playing 2 spinners, and we've got Vaughan, who's been in exceptional form in first class cricket this season so far. 33 wickets at 22, has been really good, and I wanted to play Brownlow and any of the other fast bowlers. I really just wanted to get them in a bit of better form, because we've got Willie, we've got Fulks, we've got Minto, and Milligan's been awesome as well. So we've got the 6 bowlers basically that can do a job for us, and I think we're going to be competitive this season. Worcestershire, I don't know where they finished last season. I cannot remember. I probably should have looked at that before we started this game, but it's a spinner's pitch. It's our home game. We're all heads on the toss. We've won the toss. We're going to bat first. And the predictor on this one actually has Worcestershire with a 62.5% chance of winning. Predicted score is 168, which isn't too bad a score to be perfectly honest. But Follett, if we have a look at his record in T20 cricket, it isn't too bad. It's 27.31 with the bat. But if we look at his current year in first class cricket, he's only averaging 22. Hasn't been that good. And last year with the bat in T20 cricket, he's also averaged 22. In that first season, he was really good. So we're going to get a little bit more out of him. Hopefully, Flintoff, Davies, and Higgins have always been really good in limited overs cricket. Markham is making his T20 debut. So we've got a few sort of unknown quantities or qualities to see how this lineup is going to go. Hopefully, we can not embarrass ourselves too much. An explosive start to the Vitality Blast this season. 4 for 217, really good batting performance on this wicket. Follett back in some sort of T20 form, 90 or 46, couldn't quite get the 100. Flintoff and Daly's departed very early, we were 2 for 41. And then a big partnership between Follett and Higgins. Higgins finished 86 not out off 55 balls, 10 fours, 2 sixes. Markham got out for 9 in his first T20 innings. And then Vaughan finished not out 15 off of 6, 3 fours in that, which was great. Poor Matthew Waite got smacked for 63 off his 4 overs. Ethan Brooks, who's a member of the Manchester Originals, picked up 3 for 36, which was very good. But apart from that, none of their bowlers were actually that impressive. We'll have a look, see what other games have been going on at the moment. We can see that there is a test between Ireland and New Zealand. I think New Zealand will probably come out on top in that one. Kent are currently 7 for 182 up against Gloucestershire, and Hampshire have been bowled out all out for 130 against Somerset. We've now got to defend 218, which the predictor thinks we will do. So, but again, it's a spinning wicket, but the bounce on the wicket, could favour the batsman on this wicket as it did for us. So hopefully we can bowl them out fairly quickly and comprehensively, because we've got to have that really good net run rate to start the season. All out for 156. Really, really good bowling performance in the middle overs there. Willie was just absolutely incredible with those middle overs. The opening partnership was 56 runs. That was in and around about the first 4 to 5 overs. They were really teeing off, and I was worried that they were going to chase it down. But Fulks, as I said, towards the back end, got 2 for 25. Milligan on debut, 1 for 32, wasn't too bad. Minto only bowled the 2 overs, got 1 for 24. Brownlow was great again, as he was last season. David Willey, 3 for 29. And Vaughan bowled a couple of overs and picked up the wicket of Josh Cobb, who was their top scorer. And we get our first win of the season in the Vitality Blast, which was great. And looks like Kent beat Gloucestershire by 11 runs. Zach Crawley got player of the game there. And no surprise that Somerset chased down 130 against Hampshire. You can now see that Follett has improved as a one-day accumulator to the limit. So we've got to fix that up now. I think the next thing for him will be boundary hitting. He does hit a lot of boundaries. As you can see, first class stuff, 58% of his runs are scored from boundaries, 60% in one-dayers, and almost 70% in T20. So if we could just work on that boundary hitting, that will obviously help out a great deal. No other coaching changes, I believe, at this stage. Basically, everything is the same. We're now playing Durham at home. Another home game, which is good. I don't see a reason to change the 11 at this point in time. Everything works basically how we wanted it to in the first game. So we are going to continue forward as if nothing happened. Not as if nothing happened, but we've won the toss again. I think this is another bat first wicket. Their 11, we'll have a bit more of a look at their 11, which we didn't really do up against Worcestershire. Jonah Franks, who appears to be a 19-year-old from New Zealand. He may be a new gen, having a very good start to his career. Looks very talented. Alex Lees has been around forever. Bastilleed, very good player for the Netherlands. Hasn't been too good this season. Ben Stokes, as we know, is incredible. He gave us a lot of trouble last episode. Jack Haynes, very good one-day record, not so much in the T20s. Colin Ackerman is pretty good. Ben Bentle, very good record in T20s. Sort of struggled a bit in first class and one-dayers. Henry Cullen making his debut today. Ben Dwarshus, the Australian, looks very good. Mitch Killeen, he's very good T20 record. Yet to take a wicket in first class cricket. And then Alex Russell, our former player as well. It is a spinning wicket, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I feel confident that we can get the job done. Durham have a 73% chance of winning this game. Predicted the score of 159 isn't great. If we can get around 170, 180, that will be ideal, I think. So we got the 160, which was great. 161 all out, but we got all out after 16 overs. So I feel like we left a lot of runs on the table, unfortunately. The only 2 players to get past 20 were Flintoff and Davies. And we were 2 for 50 once. Flintoff actually might have been 3 for 72. But yeah, 68 of 28 for Davies. Really, really good innings by him. Flintoff again scoring at over 200. But yeah, just not a lot of consistency in this lineup. We were actually 7 for 134, 8 for 136. So it was actually looking pretty bad. We could possibly get under 150. But to get over 160 was good in the end. We now have to defend at 8.1 runs and over, which isn't ideal. Durham still are the favourites to win. Predicted inning score of 155, but a 71% chance of winning. Hopefully we can get the job done. Milligan wasn't great in his T20 debut, but if we can get some wickets out of him, that would be great. Also Brownlow, Minto as well. Fulks, as we know, is a beast. But yeah, 160 is not a lot of runs to defend. Unfortunately, couldn't get the win here. We were in a lot of trouble early. It was not good. Milligan and Fulks were really good in their first couple of overs. But then after they bowled their 4, the next 2 overs went for 41 combined. Minto and Willie were just absolutely awful. But those 2 overs unfortunately cost us. Brownlow picked up a wicket. Vaughan 3 for 37, but was going at almost 10 and over. Everybody else was actually really, really good. But just, couldn't get the job done, unfortunately. First loss of the season. Not happy about it. Haynes gets player of the game for his 47. I don't think he bowled. So Davies a little unlucky there, but well played Durham, but not happy. And after 2 games, we're sitting in 3rd, which isn't too bad. I didn't show the table after 1 game because not everybody had played a game yet. Durham and Nottinghamshire still have to play their 2nd game. But in the north, we're currently sitting in 3rd. As I said, Lancashire and Yorkshire in the top 2. In the south, Somerset and Kent currently unbeaten. Essex actually haven't played yet, which is quite funny. Who do we have next? It is Derbyshire away. That is going to be quite interesting. And is going to be extra interesting now considering Smith, Davies, Inglis have been selected to play for Australia. Fulks is off to play for New Zealand. And Bannister has now been selected to play for England. I don't know if the IPL is now over. I'm assuming it isn't, because Virat is still unavailable. He's actually in very good form. Actually, have we a look at things. Bettingham is one of our overseas players. He's going to come in and bat. I don't know where he's going to bat, but ideally we would like to have an overseas player. And Maxwell's not available either, but doesn't look like he's in the best of form, mainly because he hasn't batted all that much and his bowling hasn't been great either. So what do we do when replacing Fulks? I know Minto hasn't been great in the T20 so far. He's bowled 3 overs and is currently going at 14, almost 15 runs and over. Who's bowling well in the second 11? Let's have a quick scout. We can see that Langridge has been good. Martin has not been good. Beasley's been economical. We may go in that direction. Armstrong's been absolutely awesome. 1 for 30, 3 for 21 has been really, really good. Kelly's been okay. Sykes hasn't been too bad. Denley's been pretty good, has to be said. 6 overs, 2 wickets. I'm tossing up between Armstrong, Langridge, and Denley. I'm going to go Denley just for a bit more batting, I think. Because Willie realistically could bat at 8. Vaughan can shuffle down to 7. Denley's going to bat at 6. I think that is a good spot for him. His second 11 numbers in total aren't fantastic, and neither is his T20 record, but he's in really good form, so I'm inclined to give him a shot. Minto should probably come out as well. We'll go Beasley, I think, for him. He can come in to make his debut. Minto can go to the second 11. Who has the better batting potential? Beasley can bat at 9, that's fine. So I think the 11 will consist of these guys, just whatever the order is going to look like, I don't know. This might seem controversial, but I'm actually going to move Follett to 3. He started out as a number 3 for us in first class cricket, but he's always been a T20 opener. We're actually going to put him down to 3. Bettingham's going to open up because he's actually in very, very good form if we have a look at things. He is having a great time of things if we actually have a look at the second 11 average. He's currently averaging 74 in T20 cricket this season, albeit 2 innings, and he's averaging 76 in the 3-day stuff. So I think we're actually going to open up with him. Flintoff can bat at 2, Follett 3, Higgins 4, Markham 5. I thought about putting Markham as our number 3, but I just think that's a little high for him at this point in time, albeit he is in very good form, but his last 2 T20s haven't been great. Denley's going to bat at 6, Vaughan at 7, Willie 8, Beasley 9, Brownlow 10, Milligan 11. We're going to play the game. We're actually going to call tails this time around. We've been put in to bat, and I'm very excited for this game because Harry Kane was very, very good in season 1. I don't recall how he went last season, But he was very, very good in season 1. Alistair Orr used to play for Sussex, I remember. Dom Sibley's played a bit of Test cricket. Brooke Guest isn't too bad. Lewis Reese, he may have made a Team of the Year. I can't remember. I actually don't think he did now that I think about it. Matt Lamb's okay. Alex Thompson's okay. Anuj Dal's not too bad. Inkaba Peter was very, very good in season 1 for... Has he always played for Derbyshire? He has always played for Derbyshire. So he's actually taken 161 wickets for Derbyshire in 25 games. Really, really good in first-class cricket. Zach Chappell is okay. And then Muhammad Amir, as we know, is very good. What is the predicted score on this one? 65% chance of a Derbyshire win. 165 is the predicted innings. Hopefully we can actually bat a full 20 overs today. That would be great. Betting him, I'm sort of looking for him just to be a bit of just a guy who can just kind of hang around and just be at the top of the order while the likes of Follett and Flintoff and Higgins sort of tee off a little bit more. If betting him can bat the full 20 overs, but also, score 60 to 70, I don't need him scoring at, 200 plus in terms of strike rate. So hopefully we can get that done. Another big score for us, 200 plus again. 5 for 209. We actually batted the full 20 overs, which was handy. Betting him did basically what we wanted him to do. 30 off 26. I wish he would have batted a little bit longer. He's not our preferred option to be in this team. Obviously, either Smith or Davies or anybody else. Even Inglis would be a preferred option over betting him. But he is there, and he did a decent job for us. Flintoff again struggled at number 2. Or as an opening batsman, I should say. Got 8 off 4, wasn't great. Follett, another half century. 69 off 29 was really good. Higgins and Markham essentially did the same thing. 36 off 19 for Higgins. 38 off 19 for Markham. Markham getting his highest score in T20 cricket. Not too bad. And then Denley and Vaughan, again, sort of just towards the back end of the innings. Was a little slow for my liking, but we finished on 209, which was good. They both finished not out. Only 2 runs coming off the final over, which wasn't great. But it's a good start. We now need to bowl well on this deck. I can't see the England game. Apparently hasn't started yet. So hopefully we can get some Bannister action soon. Derbyshire put up a fight, but 7 for 189 isn't enough, unfortunately, for them. We win by 20 runs. They were looking very comfortable, sort of 2 for 152, but they sort of were batting quite slowly. Sibley, a runner ball 33 really cost them, I think. Just spent too long at the crease. Milligan, 1 for 40, wasn't great. Is not having a bad tournament whatsoever, but seems to be a lot better suited to first-class cricket. Beasley was great, 3 for 31, was on a hat-trick at one stage, didn't quite get it done. Willie, again, was expensive, did pick up a wicket. Brownlow was very economical, but just didn't get any wickets. Vaughan, not our best bowler, has to be said. And then Denley, I didn't want to give Willie the death overs, so I gave him the Denley. He picked up a wicket, did okay. But a win's a win. We get the job done. Follett, for his 69, gets player of the game. Nice to get another win on the game. Now, it says that Maxwell, Kohli and Bannister have returned from the IPL, but does this mean that Bannister is available to play for us on the 31st of May when the first test against New Zealand is on the 1st of June? I don't actually know if that is the case, but we're going to have a look. Looks like Kohli is available, so betting him straight away is going to come out. He is going to go to the second 11 once again. Maxwell is available. Bannister, unfortunately, is not available. So Maxwell's going to come in. For Willie, I think that is going to be the best case scenario. We're going to drop the captain, which seems quite funny. So he's going to go to the second 11. Denley can shuffle down to 7. I suppose Kohli gets the captaincy, or do we give it to someone who's going to be here the whole time? Let's give Kohli the captaincy. That seems reasonable. Maxwell can bat at 6. Follett, does he stay at 3? And we go Flintoff and Kohli to open the batting. I feel like that is the most reasonable response, because Follett was quite good in the number 3 position. He got 69, obviously opened with a 90 at the start of the season. Flintoff hasn't been great this season in the T20s. we'll persevere with him for a little bit longer because he did have a very good campaign last time around. So I think that's what we'll do. We're playing Warwickshire at home, and they're currently in 5th. Spinning wicket. We've got a lot of spinners, it's just occurred to me. We've got Maxwell, Denley, Vaughan, and Brownlow, who are all spin bowlers. Beasley and Milligan are their only pacers. And we've even got Follett, who's there if we desperately need him. Not that I really want to bowl him, but he is there. We'll see how it plays out. We'll call heads on the toss. We win the toss again, actually. It hasn't failed us yet. Let's bat first. 4 for 196 after our 20 overs. I feel like this is a much more balanced team than the one we had in the last game. Kohli was pretty good on debut. 53 off 35. 6 fours, 1 6 wasn't too bad. Pretty chanceless innings. Continuing his good T20 form. Currently averaging 38 on the year. Has been very good. Flintoff again wasn't good. Follett unfortunately got run out. Higgins, another not out half century. Seems to be like his specialty. He's got 13 half centuries and he's got 14 not outs in T20 cricket. I'm not saying all of his half centuries have been not outs, but he just is that good. Just at maintaining the innings and not getting out. He's incredible. Markham, 16 off 9 wasn't too bad, but Maxwell came in a blaze of glory. 28 off 15 towards the back end of the innings was really, really good. As I said at the start, sort of before we selected him, hasn't been in the great sort of form, sort of place in terms of T20 cricket this year. 21 with the bat, 42 with the ball. But 196 is a competitive total against Warwickshire. We can see that Hampshire are playing Surrey. They're 8 for 186. Middlesex 4 for 218 with Wayne Miller getting a very good 100. And then our, obviously, game 4 for 196. Very much looking forward to defending this total. Warwickshire, it's basically a 50-50 split. Their predicted score is 185, so they're expected to become very competitive. Milligan, I would like some more wickets out of him in the T20 side of things. He's been pretty good at keeping the runs down, but obviously we want him to take wickets because Brownlow has been okay without being exceptional. He's been very economical, but hasn't been taking as many wickets. Beasley was good on debut. He was very good. Archie Vaughan, bit of a mixed bag, to be perfectly honest. And then we've got Denley and Maxwell, sort of our 5th and 6th bowlers, which who knows what we're going to get from those guys. So hopefully we can sort of get some wickets with our top bowlers, and then we don't have to rely on our 4th and 5th bowlers as much. And we absolutely crush Warwickshire. All out for 135. Maxwell gets the final 2. We win by 61 runs. Not a false note anywhere in this bowling performance. Maxwell's really good with the ball. 3 for 22 for him. Milligan, Beasley, and Brownlow all picked up 2 apiece. Vaughan, 1 for 28. Pretty good. Was economical. Van Tonda for them, who is South African players, played 15 tests, averages 32. Was really their only shining light as a top order batsman. We just absolutely crushed them. Really, really good performance. Maxwell gets player of the game for his performance with bat and ball. I can see that Middlesex had a tie with Glamorgan. They tied at 7 for 218, which was quite interesting. And Hampshire beat Surrey by 21. And after 4 games, we are right around the top 3. We're currently in 3rd. 3 wins, 1 loss. Really good net run rate. Yorkshire and Lancashire currently crushing it. Derbyshire and Worcestershire, as well as Durham and Leicestershire, have to catch up with the rest of the competition in terms of games played. In the south, Essex have only played 1 game, but Somerset are just miles ahead of everybody else in the South Division. And that's going to do it for today, guys. Our next game in the Vitality Blast is up against Leicestershire. They are currently in the, or not quite bottom spot of the T20 Blast group in the north. If we have a look at our fixtures and results, we've played the first 4 games in the Vitality Blast. The next 4 games will take us through to our next first class game, but we've also got a couple of international fixtures to have a quick look at. Duckett got a very nice 169 for England up against New Zealand. How did Bannister go with the bat? 2 off 10. I mean, it's okay. It's not terrible. He's not really there for his batting. Foreign Ahmed got 35 or 41. Very, very good by him. And then with the new ball, I mean, only 3 overs have been bowled. Bannister gets a wicket on the final over of the day to get... Actually, no, he didn't. Excuse me. He got a wicket first ball. I'm assuming that he would have got a wicket on the final over, but he didn't. He got Devon Conway, first ball, caught by Turner. Who is Turner? John Turner. He's a fast bowler for Somerset, apparently. We've also got the Australia-Bangladesh one-day international, which Australia won by 33 runs. Davies got 8, Smith got 91. There's this Reece Bradley character here who is yet to play a first-class match. He is contracted to Northern Cape in South Africa, which is quite interesting, but he's got a very good record. All of his one-day matches have been international fixtures. All of his T20s, or a lot of his T20s have been T20 internationals, which is interesting. It looks like they're going with an all-pace lineup with Pat Cummins batting at 7, which is quite funny. And on the Bangladesh side of things, there's not a lot happening that otherwise wouldn't be here. But the next episode will be 4 more Vitality Blast fixtures, which I'm very much looking forward to. But as I said, that is going to do it for today, guys. So thank you very much for watching up until this point. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until next time, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world. And I'll see you guys then. Bye.